Good afternoon. I know you can see that box right there. I am going to do an unboxing. But first, I am actually going to do a buyer beware. You know, a couple of months ago, I purchased that nice big Canon EOS M50 Mirrorless camera. And if you've noticed, I am not using it right now because it is currently at the Canon repair shop. Now, you know, when I first got that camera, it came with a European cord and I couldn't use it. I should have questioned the guy that sold it to me out of New York, and I have his complete address and everything, you know. But I didn't ever expect to have any repairs. One of the first things that happened was you couldn't format the SD card. So my husband and I were looking at it, and you know, there's a switch on the SD card. It's usually orange or yellow that you can pull down, flip up, pull back down, and generally then you can reformat the card. Couldn't do that. So we went around. He was looking for some hacks. Talked to one of his friends who is into a lot of cameras, those kind of things. He said this is a problem with a lot of Canon's cameras. The mechanical switch on them goes bad or is bad to begin with. And he said the fix for that is a piece of Scotch tape right there, and then you can use your SD card. Well, I did use that a couple of times while I was in contact with the Canon company about getting it looked at, fixed, and repaired. To do that, you have to send the camera in so they can look at it. Now, I was under the impression that this camera had a full year warranty, which it does in Europe, but not in the US. Yes. So I sent it into Canon, and what I got back was a form that tells me how much it's going to cost to repair it, plus the shipping to return it. But in it, it says description of problem symptoms. Customer states the camera's mechanical switch on the SD card slot is not functioning. This is a tiered rate repair. Parts are included in the labor cost. Estimate reflects clean and checks of all functions repaired to good working order. Please respond to this estimate per your request. We have determined that the product model you submitted to us for evaluation and repair was not intended for sale in the US. Therefore, it is not and does not have a US warranty that applies to this product model. So, I could either reject having it repaired or have them repair it, clean it, check it for other things, which that is what my husband and I ultimately decided to do, because that cost was only $260. This is on top of a $700 camera. But at the very top of the form, Canon Upgrade says to you, an alternative to repair, you may wish to consider the wide variety of product upgrades available to Canon's repair customers. Simply call the 1-800 number. Give them your repair number, and they will give you some options. Now they have my camera. You know what the option was? Another $449. Not kidding you. So, there are no camera shops around me for me to go in purchase a camera. The camera shop that I purchased it from was Digital Village. They are located in New York, and they sell through Amazon. I mean, I researched and made sure they were the U.S., not a China company, not overseas, anything like that, because, you know, I knew there might be some issues eventually. So here's the buyer beware. Double check that it is a U.S. warranty. It is covered by warranty. Get it in writing from the people that are selling it to you. I have complained to Amazon as well as Digital Village. So now I made out close to $1,000 for this flippin' camera. I'm using the webcam today because my camera is being repaired. So that's buyer beware. And another note, I will never ever buy another Canon product in my life. Just saying. And I did give Canon grief. I'm like, I don't think it should matter. This is a Canon product. You should honor the warranty regardless where it came from. So, not happy. Now, on a happier note, as you guys, a lot of you know, Tuesday I was in the ER all day. Monday, the day before, I got up, my ears were ringing, I had a lot of ear pain. Went upstairs, was sewing some masks, and about 2:30, started having a lot of trouble breathing, a lot of pain in here whenever I took a deep breath. I couldn't get a real good deep breath because of how much pain I was in. So I call the doctor. She gets me a telemed appointment for Tuesday at 4 o'clock. Tuesday morning about 9:30, I could not get a deep breath in whatsoever. I was very short of breath. I was in pain from my breast level entirely up completely. I couldn't even pick up a bottle of water to get a drink. And I couldn't breathe well. I couldn't catch my breath. So we went to the emergency room. And like I told the doctor, I said, this feels like pleurisy, but higher. I've had pleurisy in my lower lobes, probably a total of about 5 times during my lifetime, but it's usually been lower lobes. I said, but this feels like it's right in the bronchial area. They did every test under the sun. The only thing that showed up is I have some kind of infection somewhere because my white count is extremely high and I had a fever. Well, guess what you get to do when you're having breathing problems? Have a fever, high white count, they can't find anything. You guessed it. You get a COVID test. Let me tell you, it's not for the faint of heart. You know, they don't just go right here. They go completely up into here. They swab under one of your eyes, depending on which nostril they go in. They leave it there for 30 seconds. They twirl it around when they first go in, leave it back there for 30 seconds. They reach back a little bit further, swab it again, and then remove it. Not fun. And then your nose burns the rest of the night. My eyes watered, nose burned. Nose still feels like it's been violated, raped. So I would advise you to wear your mask everywhere. I do anyway. But that was an eye-opening experience. I've had a lot of tests as a nurse working in infectious disease. But I've never had the privilege of having that one. Now, when I went to my Walmart, I saw this in the Zen colorway, and it was beautiful. And I had already determined I was going to get some of it, but I wasn't paying $5.88 for it. Then Crystal, back a day, and whoever told her about this, came on and was talking about Walmart. Go into your Walmart. Look under ombre. You know, mandala. Whatever. I did that. She said look for sales or clearance. It wasn't clearance, but it was only $11.47 for 3 of these, which is what the cost would have been for 2 of them. So I got 3 of the Zen colorway. Thank you, Crystal, for being an influencer. I really appreciate it. My husband loved it. But here's the funny thing. Walmart just sent me an email telling me it won't be here until July 31st. It showed up today. Oh boy, crazy. Anyway, just wanted to tell you my COVID test was negative. That's great, but I still have a raging infection somewhere. So, what do I get? I have to go tomorrow to have another round of blood work. And then my doctor would decide whether or not to give me an antibiotic. And we're doing telemed Friday. My God. This is ridiculous. Oh, I'll be so glad when this is all over. We can get back to normal, seeing doctors face to face instead of doing the telemed. And I am feeling a little bit better, and I am forcing myself to take some deep breaths. But when I do take a deep, really, really deep breath, I do a couple times during the hour, it sends me into a coughing fit, and it still feels like it might be some kind of pleurisy. So, who knows? Still have the fever, so I'm trying to stay out away from people, even though the test was negative, because whatever this is it's just makes you feel really bad and run down. And like I said Tuesday when we went to the emergency room, I didn't think I was going to make it through the day. I'll be honest. It's the first time in my life I've ever been that scared about what was going on with my health. Because I couldn't catch my breath. I mean, I was panting. Couldn't get a deep breath either because of the pain, everything else on top of it. So, still in pain, but at least I'm breathing a little bit better. So, hopefully this will be gone pretty soon. Now, I'm going to try to take the nap I tried to take earlier, but I've gotten 17 calls from people today. And then my husband comes in with the box. So I knew I had to do a unboxing video. And plus the whole thing with the Canon camera. I think you guys need to be aware if you're going to buy a camera from any company, it doesn't matter whether it's Canon, Samsung, or whatever, make sure that it is from a U.S. company. It is meant to be sold in the U.S. so that your warranty is good. And with that, I'll say good afternoon. Everybody have a great day. Congratulations to all the winners. I've been watching video after video of all the winners. And if you haven't seen Shelly's Sassy Stitches, you need to watch hers first, because it's quite funny. The first name she pulled was her name. Funny things happen. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Everybody have a great week. Be well, be kind, and as always, be safe.